Hey, what is up heroes, and welcome to my tier list of characters to play in Pokemon Unite. I wanted to wait a little bit before doing this. I wanted to get to Master so I can have an understanding of all the characters and how people use them and what's broken and what's not. And obviously this is going to change quite a bit when more characters get released, patches come out, and hopefully some characters get buffed and some get nerfed. But this is what I currently think is the strongest and weakest in the game to play. Obviously this is a lot of it's subjective, because obviously some characters I prefer playing than others, and some I just think aren't great when they probably are a little bit better, but this is just coming from my opinion. If you guys have any other opinion, let me know in the comments down below. But to start things off, I think we can all agree Gengar has to go in S. He is incredibly busted, so broken. Every time I come across a Gengar and he gets super fed, it's so hard to deal with. It's not even like, oh, if you're like, you have to be good with him, like I thought was going to be the case. It's, you just unlock him and bad players can do well, and that's when you need, a champion needs to be nerfed. Next is Zeraora. Kind of the same thing with Gengar. It's a bit broken, especially if you go Zeraora jungle and you can snowball so quick. If you get to level like 9, 10 really early and just keep ganking lanes, the enemy, your enemy can't do much, and you can just snowball and just delete 1v5. There's clips of, like, you've seen in my videos, I've done 1v5 with Zeraora. It's just, I should not be able to do that. Super easy. Next, I'm gonna put Cinderease, like, put one of my mains into A. Cinderease, I think, is very, very good. I prefer the Pyro Ball and Feint on him. I don't think he's busted at all. I think he's actually quite well balanced. I think he can do some pretty good damage, has some pretty good escapes with Feint and Flame Charge. I think he's a pretty decent character. I think he's in a good state right now. Gardevoir just came out. I'm going to also put an A rank. Now Gardevoir is extremely powerful. However, I think her early game isn't that great. I think, like, whenever I see Ralts on the other team and I'm playing jungle, I'm ganking that lane so much just to take her out, because Ralts is not great, Kalia isn't that great, but Gardevoir late game, mwah, chef's kiss, very good. I quite like that a lot. I'm also going to put in Pikachu and Ninetales into A rank. Again, I think these two are really good early game. Pikachu's Electro Web is so annoying, and his Electro Ball. The thing that annoys me about Pikachu is a lot of his abilities, you don't need to land them, as long as, like, you have the thing kind of hovering over the enemy and you can just launch the attack. It just homes in on him. You can't really miss. It's kind of annoying. I hope that gets changed to make it more of a skill shot, but Pikachu can be busted. And same with Ninetales. Ninetales early game just puts out the damage super fast, because obviously you get like Ninetales at level 4, and the slow and the freeze is just so good. I want to try like Ninetales and Pikachu in a lane together, because I think those two would be so decent. Just like slow freeze with Ninetales and Electro Web to trap him. Be just pumping out the kills, man. Pumping out the kills. I want to put in Snorlax. I want to kind of put you in S tier. Like, honestly, I want to say I want to put Slowbro in S tier as well. These two, I think, are just incredibly good at doing their job. Obviously, you can block with Snorlax, because ult. Slowbro with his Surf is so tilting when it hits you, like the knock up 3 times. You got the ult that just like keeps you in place. You also got the ability that's kind of like the ult, but I don't think it does damage that one. They are extremely good at doing their jobs as defenders, and I really hate them. With the other defenders, I think Crostle is A tier. Crostle is also very good. Like, if Crostle gets ahead, you can just like beat Cinderease, for example, in a 1v1. It's just kind of annoying. Like, Crostle can just get on top of you so fast. I don't think Crossle's as good as Slowbro and Snorlax at doing its job at defending. It's still really good, don't get me wrong, but I just think Slowbro and Snorlax is a lot better. And then Wigglytuff, I'm going to put Wigglytuff into B tier, because Wigglytuff is good, but I don't think it's as good as Crostle, Slowbro, or Snorlax, personally. Next, we have Greninja. I want to put Greninja in A tier, but also B tier. I'm going to put him in B tier because I think Greninja is good, but I think he's slightly harder to play than like Cinderease, Pikachu, Ninetales, and Gardevoir. I think like landing the water shurikens is a bit more difficult, because that is kind of a skill shot. The Smokescreen and Double Team. Double Team needs a bit of a buff because it's really easy to tell which one's the real one. But Smokescreen is pretty decent. The effects of that last quite a while. So I quite like I like Greninja, but I think he could do with a teensy bit of a buff, honestly. Charizard, I'm going to put into C tier. Like Charizard, I like Charizard's ult, and that's about it. I feel like Charizard needs, I don't want to say more damage, but maybe he does. Charizard, every Charizard I played against, and when I played Charizard, I haven't had the best time on him. I think he's a bit underwhelming. I'm going to say the same with Venusaur as well. I'll put Venusaur on the C tier. Like, I like Venusaur. I've seen Venusaurs do really well, but personally, I don't think Venusaur is as good as anything else above it. Like, the Solar Beam is great for stealing Zapdos 100%, or like Rotom or Dreadnought. The Pedal Dance is quite nice. The Sludge Bomb, the Poison move is really nice. Like, it's got some nice moves. I just think it needs a bit, maybe more mobility. I'm not the biggest fan of Venusaur. Let's put it like that. Talonflame, I'm gonna put into B tier. I think Talonflame is great. I love Talonflame, but I also think it could do with a bit of a buff. Things are again a bit underwhelming. Cramorant for the last range attacker. Now Cramorant I've seen do really well. It does like a lot of damage with its, is it like Whirlpool and the like tornado attack? Is it Gust? Whatever one it is, like the early game's really good, but late game, I never see Cramorant late game do anything. Apart from when like enemies are low and it goes for its ult, then it's pretty good. I'm going to put it into B tier. I'm not the biggest lover of Cramorant. I'm going to put it as that. Next, Machamp. I'm going to put Machamp into S tier. I think Machamp is so good. Like, Machamp is busted late game. His ult is so good. Just a submission, being able to like just put people out, and then just the ult just to knock so many people back. I think Machamp is incredibly underrated from what I've seen. And when people play against it, it usually does really well. And when I play it, I love playing it. I can carry. It's so good. And same with Lucario. Lucario I haven't played, but Lucario I'm going to put into A rank. I don't know if I put in S rank. I feel like Lucario is a champion that can easily carry. But you have to be like winning lane for it to carry. If you lose lane, Lucario kind of drops off. So I'll put into A rank. Mr. Mime and Edelgos, 2 supports. Like, I don't play support, so I can't really say too much about these, but playing with them and against them, like, I'm going to easily put these into A rank. I think they're just really good. The Mr. Mime, I feel like he does too much damage. There was a Mr. Mime that was like 2 levels lower than me. He put his wall up. I think it's a fake out. He knocked me into the wall as Cinderease, and I almost died instantly. I was like, what? You did like 80% damage? And I was 2 levels higher. I was like, whoa, okay, Mr. Mime's pretty good. I don't know what his ult is. Like, his ult, when I've seen it, just looks kind of confusing. But I just need to read up about it. But Mr. Mime, from what I've played against and played with, is really nice. And Edelgos as well. Just the heals is really nice and just always very supportive. I'm a bit biased with Edelgos because I played with this girl who just absolutely carried both games as Edelgos and made sure I was like always healthy, just did an amazing job. I was like, okay, it can be pretty good. I like this champion a lot. Next is Garchomp. Garchomp I'm going to put into B tier. I think Garchomp is only good when it's a Garchomp. I think Gibbot and Gabite is terrible. Garchomp takes down Zapdos so quick, and I think people realize how quick it can actually take it down. It just keep going for them like auto attacks, like boom, boom, boom. The HP just goes so quick. But Garchomp, you need to get Garchomp early. Like, if you get Garchomp with a few minutes left in the game, like 3-4 minutes left, you're going to be doing well. You're going to be killing everyone. But if you're like, you know, Zapdos is spawning, you're still a Gabite, you're not doing much. You're not doing much. And Absol, I'm putting Absol into A tier because Absol I think is a bit underrated. I don't think it's as good as Gengar and Zeraora because I think those two are just busted. But Absol is a very good jungler. The damage it can output is absolutely insane. Like, if I see an Absol, I'm like, okay, I need to be a bit careful because these things can just delete you real quick. But yeah, that's my tier list for Pokemon Unite. Let me know if you agree, disagree. This is just going off like my games I've played and the champions I've played. I think I think I'm quite happy with this list. There's things that could potentially drop down and drop up, but I'm pretty satisfied with this list. And let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you agree, disagree? Would you put, like, I don't know, Snorlax and Slowbro down because they're not as broken as Gengar and Zero? I'm not saying, like, because Machamp, Slowbro and Snorlax are in S tier, I'm not saying they are, you know, better than Greninja and Zero. Or if I could, like, put another tier on and say, like, broken, needs nerf, those two would be in there. But I'm saying, like, at doing their job, they are very, very good. Like, they are the best defenders in the game, 100%. Machamp's the best all-rounder, 100%. But, yeah, hopefully my reasoning is good. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Peace.